Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and this is Opinionated Moms.
Okay, so Love is Blind is just crazy. I know you're all caught up. So, what are your thoughts on everyone that we just saw? I just have to say, Dave makes me want to throw up. And
Oh my God, he
and
is
I want to punch
so
him in the
annoying.
face.
So
He is
annoying.
like a woman. Like, did you hear how Molly was like, has he ever been intimate? Then it made me one think. Is that why he's like so insecure?
I
What are your
I
thoughts?
low key think he's gay or gay curious.
Like he's so weird. He is so
Oh, so
weird.
I'm gonna be you for today. I know you gave these up, but I'm gonna be you
I
today.
love it. I love it. That flavor is so freaking good too. I just switched out my Stanley because I like to rotate my Stanleys like
Oh,
every
it's like
3 months.
springtime. I love that color.
Yeah. I'm gonna be getting a new one soon though because I need to add to my collection.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Okay,
I
I'm
love
sorry.
that drink for you. Um, yeah. So, okay, he breaks up with her. Dave breaks up with Lauren,
Yeah.
and like, I'm like, Lauren, stop crying over this man. He never wanted you.
I
I
don't
feel
even
like,
know if she's crying over him or like crying over the process because I've done that where like I was really sad a relationship ended, or I thought I was sad that the relationship ended, but really I was just sad that to like be back at like the starting point, like even though like what you lost isn't really like a loss,
hmm
you just don't want to start over. You're just like, oh, and like
yeah,
I feel her, especially she's 30, I
in her
think, or
30s.
close to 30. So I totally understand that. I met Nick at 30. So I was just like, oh my God, like my life is ending. Like literally, we met at a
hmm
wedding. And I remember the wedding we met at when I left, I just like cried in my car because I was like, this is never gonna be me. Like I'm never gonna meet anyone. We're not, I just knew like I'm gonna be
Yeah.
single forever. So yeah. Anyway, I feel her on the stress of it. And then also like she was on this show, she's on national television and this man playing in her face. Like nobody has time for that.
And I thought it was interesting because I feel like I like to dissect each relationship. And I like to notice if like physical touch on screen, like I get it. There's a bunch of cameras in front of people, in front of them. There's a crew, like the whole production. So I get it. It's awkward, but like they never. I don't recall ever them seeing them like hold hands, a peck on the lips. Did you ever notice that?
No, it's probably because he was waiting for his princess treatment and she was also waiting for her princess treatment. So
Like it was, they were so, I don't know, they were so odd. I need to know who this sister is though, because like that, she is the main star of
I
this
really
like
don't think,
relationship.
like, now that I've watched the whole relationship evolve, I really don't think she is what he made her out to be. I think he just used her as a scapegoat.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, like,
Absolutely.
she probably was just like, I feel like the average person is like, you probably shouldn't go on Love is Blind and find a husband or a wife. I think that's just
Yeah.
the average person. And that's a very valid concern because if I had a very close person to me who was going on the show, I'd be like, I don't know about
hmm
that because
hmm
just because, right?
No, right, right,
So,
right.
okay. So, fast forward, he goes on the show, blah, blah, blah. His sister probably did give him a pep talk like, be careful. Some people do go on the show just for clout or fame or
Well,
whatever.
everyone does now. I feel like
Right.
everyone now at this point, whatever reality TV show you're going on, whether it's for love, whether it's for competing, whether it's for math, literally, like I'm so sorry. I feel like you're going on there because you're trying to get something out of it.
Right.
So was Dave. Like,
Right. And I feel like that's a valid concern. But the way he made her the villain and we have
oh,
no
absolutely.
idea who this sister is. Like we
I
all
almost at one
collectively
point,
hate her.
yeah, but I almost at one point thought to myself, is she even real? Like I almost
Yeah.
feel like
But
she's
when
like
Lauren said
completely made up.
she wrote that letter and Dave never gave it to her, like I already knew he was bad. But like when she said that, I was like, Oh my God. Like he's literally just looking for any and every excuse to not be with her. Just say you don't want to be with her. Like it's really not that hard, you know?
Yeah, he grosses me out. Okay. Anyways,
Molly
I
grosses
loved
me out.
Molly.
Oh my God, we stand for Molly, okay?
Yeah,
Stand for
she was
Molly on
like
The Bachelorette. She deserves
right? She
something.
deserves love. But she's such a like loyal girl, ride or die. And I loved how she just stood up for Lauren to
Yeah.
Dave, and she was like, "What do you mean? Like, what's weird about it? Like, why don't you talk to your family or your sister about it?" She's kind of looking at him like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
because and she called out his hypocrisy because one minute he was like, "My family doesn't want anything to do with this," and then the next minute he's like, "If I asked them to, they would come on." She was like, "So what's the problem?"
exactly, exactly." Loved her. What did you think of when Madison is at the bar and Alex walks in and then she starts basically saying how like Alex isn't who he says he is, and do we believe, like, what are your thoughts?
So, I do think Alex was like a really nice guy on the show. Everybody obviously always has like some type of negative opinion about something. You know what I mean? No
Hmm.
one's just positive 24/7. So he did probably tell her like some things that he felt were negative about maybe the other guys or the process or like whatever. I'm sure he did. But
Hmm.
Madison being Madison, I feel like she amped that up like 1,000% because the way she hyped up what happened between her and Mason, like it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Hmm.
He's on the
Yeah.
experiment. He's confused. He wants to be with you. He wants to be with Meg. He's not really sure. He's talking to a wall. I feel like we should give him some grace, you know? And the way
Yeah.
she attacked Mason to Alex, I wouldn't be surprised if she was attacking Alex talking to Lauren. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, no, I just don't know what to believe with Madison. I really feel like she's just so toxic and like such a red
Yeah.
flag.
Have you seen her
Um,
TikToks?
no, I don't haven't seen her TikToks.
She's
What
done
show
a, I
me?
did a
What tell
deep
me?
dive on TikTok the other day, and she's just basically posting like, people are commenting like the same stuff that we're saying, like you're the problem. And she
Hmm.
was just like, if me calling out men and their toxic behavior is a problem, then yeah, I'm the problem. Like nobody was toxic, babe. It was just you.
I it's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's her energy, honestly. Like that really bothers me. I feel like she gives up off the energy. Like I'm so hot, everybody wants me, and but I'm also like super sweet, and I just want like a real man to treat me right. But like it's weird. It's weird. I don't
Yeah,
know. She gives me really, I don't know, red flag vibes.
right.
And I know that we get to one, well, part of the wedding, Ben and Sarah.
I think
Um,
she's gonna say yes.
I don't think so.
I don't either, and I hope she doesn't.
I hope she doesn't either. Um, I loved her sisters, like her sister and then like the sister's partner, when they were like kind of like, yo, like, what does he stand for? These are like real beliefs that are strong for you, and you're just gonna go through with this. Um, I hope she says no. I really
I
do.
think I think that she should say no because for Ben's sake. Because I personally believe as a Christian, I know you're Christian,
Hmm.
you have to be with somebody who's equally yoked. So you can't fully be invested in your faith and then attach yourself fully to someone who is not of faith.
Hmm.
So like I don't believe this is me personally for anyone
Hmm.
listening. Like if it works for you, it works for you. But I
Hmm.
don't believe that two people with completely different religious views
Hmm.
can be together. So like I as a Christian cannot be with like a Muslim. That's just
Hmm.
not going to happen. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I know
Hmm.
sometimes people do it and they make it work, and if it
Yeah.
works for you and it's going great, then great, do that. I think two people make the rules of their relationship. So
Hmm.
like I personally couldn't be in an open relationship with someone, right?
Right.
Or like I couldn't be like a sister wife or something. But if
Hmm.
you want to bring other people into that situation and they want to go along with it and everybody gets along great, then wonderful, kudos to you. But you have to be on the same page about what the basic rules are. Okay, sorry, technical difficulty. Anyway, long story short, I just believe that you should be aligned completely. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if he wants to go to church every Sunday, at some point, he's going to lean on Christ heavily for something in his life. And if your partner is not fully with you in that area, it's going to make it really difficult. And then also with
Hmm.
her, like, wanting to fully support, like, by going to Pride and like doing all
Hmm.
that, I don't believe Ben can be fully invested with her in that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he can be fully invested either. I do believe that they have values that are similar and that do align, but I just think ultimately I feel like he's not being honest with her of how he truly feels, what his beliefs are. And I think maybe because cameras are in front, I don't know, maybe it's a scary thing to talk about, to be honest about that. But like you're gonna marry this person. So I mean, I would hope that you would talk to them about that. Okay. And then Devin and Virginia, what are you thinking? Like, do you think they're gonna go through? You're like, I don't like them.
I don't really know
Have
what
you
to
been
think about
seeing?
them.
Me either. I really don't know. They honestly, I'm so bored with them.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
so
their
bored
only
with
issue
them.
was the prenup. I found it weird that
Yeah.
he like I mean I talk to my parents about everything. I tell them absolutely everything. Um
Mhm.
but I don't know. I feel like that's a just I feel like Devin needed the approval of his family to do the prenup. Like the way he presented it was like I talked to the attorney and I talked to my mom. My mom said it's okay if we hang out tonight. So, you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I got. So I don't
I
know.
think I, I feel like he gives me vibes of like, so he's younger than her. So I feel like maybe in that department he just doesn't understand really what a prenup is. And he probably just hears like, oh, like wait, what? Like what is this? But I don't know. I haven't seen any videos come out, but I saw some comments. I don't know where it was. It was only on Instagram, but that supposedly like Devin isn't really who he says he is either. And I'm like, what? I'm just so confused.
I
But
wouldn't
yeah,
be
I really don't
surprised.
know what's gonna happen with them. I want them to make it. Like I hope they
Yeah.
make it. I want couples to get married and make it
Yeah,
except Ben and Sarah because I don't think they're meant to be together.
right.
But anyways, so that's this week's well that was last week, so can't wait to see this week. Now Oscars. I'll be honest with you. I used to watch the Oscars religiously growing up. And honestly, I think everyone just likes to see like the outfits. Well, I
Yeah.
guess if you care about the fashion. Did you watch? Did you tune in?
I watched part of it. I watched like the first hour of it. First of all, I am a huge Wicked fan. Like, obsessed is not the word. And
Hmm.
Kiki Palmer did an interview at some point, and she said that defying gravity, her words were a slave hymn, and she is 100% correct. That
Hmm.
is that is the most spiritual, uplifting song I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but
agree.
anyways, I cried listening
Yeah.
to them perform that.
You cried?
I cried.
Wait,
I
you
cried.
cried?
I cried. When I saw Wicked for the first time, I was bawling. The second time it was like light tears, but like the
Yeah.
first time I was like, "Oh my God." Like
You were
I
pulling
fun fact,
Andrea.
I'm obsessed with musicals and I there's like a 90% chance I will cry during a musical. Not because of the message or anything. It's just strong voices move me.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Yeah.
like if I go to
Well,
church
anything
and
cries
we
me.
miss praise
Anything
and
makes me
worship,
cry.
I can't miss
Oh,
praise and worship at church. That's like the best part. I might as well not even go. Might as well. Okay.
yeah. So super random. Music, honestly, like it does something to me. Like when I hear a good song that I just like feel in my body, like I get the goosebumps, I get the chills, I get teary-eyed. I love listening to worship music in the car, and my kids love, well, sometimes my kids love to listen to it in the car, but my little one, we play on this song Gratitude every morning. It's so freaking good, and I will like every time I hear it, it makes me tear up because it's just such a good song. And then my little one in the car in the back, he will literally like he sings and he starts raising his hands. He starts like throwing his hands up in the air, like praising God, and it literally like I can't tell you how happy it makes me feel, and he'll always be like, again, again, like louder, louder.
I love that.
So yeah, their entrance or their opening scene for the Oscars
Yeah.
was just so
It's so
like
moving. And
I'm
I
gonna go
think
rewatch this right
their
after.
relationship, Cynthia and Ariana, like their relationship is amazing. Like I pray that my
Yeah,
friends support me a tenth of
yeah,
the way that they
yeah,
support each other. I think
yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a little weird.
yeah. It was
A
really
little
good,
weird because they're a
really,
little
really, really
touchy.
good.
I'm not a touchy person, so I just find it
I
very
think that's
strange.
just
But that's just them.
I'm
That's
not a
just
touchy
them.
person either. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's just them, and I think that's yeah, that's weird. I really wouldn't. I'm not gonna be touching people like that.
Yeah.
I already get super uncomfortable. Personal space is huge for me.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
can't stand when people are talking to me, friends or family, especially strangers. If you're a stranger, I'm gonna back away because I am uncomfortable. But when I can like feel the breath of like
God,
not the
no.
smell, but like when I could just feel the warmth of your breath, and I feel like I can't even like. I get so uncomfortable. I legit start to break out in sweat because I'm so nervous.
Yeah, it's
Like I'm
weird.
like, back away. Okay, but anyways, so I was extremely disappointed that Cynthia did not win Best Actress for Wicked.
I know.
We won't touch too much on the Oscars, but
Who was
I
your
just,
favorite look?
Emma Stone.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were
My
you going to say about Emma Stone?
No, I was just gonna say Emma Stone said so she is the one who presented the award. Did you see that clip at all or no? She
Mm-mm.
gave a speech that she basically was like, and I didn't watch the girl who won Best Actress. I was being such a hater. I was like, who the F is this girl? Nobody even knows her. That movie, I've never even heard of this movie. I was livid. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And Emma Stone, before she says who won, she basically says, as a leading actress, like it's something along the words of, your job is to supposed to make people feel, hear, and like it's a movement of like just feeling something from that actress's performance. And everything she said, I was like, that was Cynthia. This
Yeah.
was her award to win. So when that little girl, when that girl, she was a lot younger, when she won, I was like, you don't deserve that. But she does, Anyway, so she lost. Wicked didn't even win Best Picture. That movie, the one the girl just won Best Actress, won Best Picture. So I had to Google it, and I was like, "What is this movie, Honora?" Because I've never heard of
Never
this.
heard of that.
And yeah, anyways, it's some sort of like love movie, tragic love movie. I do want to watch it now because yeah. But anyways, so there's that. But anyways, on to reunion of the finale for Potomac. It
Yes.
finally wrapped.
Let me get my
What are
note.
your thoughts?
Let me get my note.
Okay, well, while you're getting your notes, get your notes.
Okay. So, first of all, I watched it with Nick, unplanned, but I made him watch it with
Hmm.
me. And this is obviously not like his thing, right? So, part three comes on. First thing we're talking
It's
about is
not?
Stacey and
Kidding.
we're talking about Stacey and TJ, right? And he's like, "Whoa, I want to see this video. What did TJ really say?" Like, he's like invested. We start like trying to find out if TJ
Yeah.
posted any receipts or anything, but no. Okay, anyways.
Hmm.
First of all, when Wendy first broke the news about TJ, did anyone peep, and by anyone, I mean you, because that's who I'm talking to.
Hmm.
Did you
Hmm.
peep that Andy low-key looked like he knew? Like he was like, I feel like that, like he kind of suspected that. That's why I told you Stacey really
Hmm.
reminds me of Kenya. You know, Kenya had that issue with Walter.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, so I posted on Threads and asked you guys, our friends and listeners, do we think Stacey paid TJ to be her boyfriend? And you guys are really torn. 35% of you said absolutely yes, 35 said I don't know, and 30% said he's lying. So nobody knows. So Andrea, what do
I
we
think
think?
he's lying.
You think he's lying
You
about being
know,
paid?
I I think he's lying, honestly. I think something's weird about Stacey. I can't read her. I feel like she's so guarded that like she won't be honest. She never cries, and even when she's angry, I don't see her like no
Hmm.
frown in her forehead ever. Like she's too
Hmm.
perfect. And but something about her, number one, I don't trust. But then as she was explaining it later, maybe I'm a dummy because I'm also very gullible. I believed her. And on Watch What Happens Live, did you watch that?
No, and I wanted to, and then I started watching the Oscars.
She was on there with your with Dr. Simone, and she
That's a story time for
basically,
another day, guys.
yeah, yeah. But she was on there and she said that she did call TJ immediately after, and that he
Why didn't she
was
do that on
like, "Oh,
stage?
he," because if I'm being honest with you, I mean, I but I am someone who also doesn't like to air out my dirty laundry. Like I'm because I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't have called that person. I wouldn't have called
You
him.
wouldn't have called them if you were sitting on that couch and somebody was like, I know for a
I
fact
don't think I would.
Dre did this. You wouldn't address it head on.
Um, I personally don't think I would call the person on the couch in front of national TV because I wouldn't want to get more embarrassed than I already am, even if I wanted to know the facts, like right then and there. I don't think I could. You're like, I'm gonna call them right there.
I'm a head on confrontational type person. Like, I'm
I'm
like,
not.
keep that same energy. You were just talking to Eddie. What's up? Like, I'm that
Yeah.
person.
It's so funny. I don't like confrontation. I really, really don't. I feel like that's why like on the screen when I'm watching the Housewives, I'm like, oh yeah, like yeah, you like effing little. And my husband's always like, you would be the worst on these shows because like you're a crybaby. You can't handle this. And I'm like, you're right. I can't handle this.
No,
I
I think
don't.
you could. I think you would, but you would be one of those people. I can't even think of an example right now, but like you would be one of those people that like never says anything, and then like all of a sudden you like it'd be like episode like 13, and you finally like stand up for yourself, and people are like, "Thank God, yes."
Yeah, but those are annoying. Like, we don't like those kind of people on the show. Um, but yeah, I kind of do believe her, honestly. I don't. Oh, so on Watch What Happens Live, she basically says that she watched the show back. She did not like how he treated her. She was so disrespected by him. She had her mom calling her, asking her like, "What is going on here? Like, why would you let a man treat you like this?" She says her friends were like concerned for her. That she realized that like I need to be with a man who actually like respects me. And she told Andy, I'm going through a divorce publicly. She goes, and I'm trying to keep it like under wraps. Why would I hire a pretend boyfriend on TV? She goes to do that to myself. And I'm like, you're right. Like, I, I don't know. A part of me believed her, but we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that she paid him. I don't think I'm really iffy about that part, but yeah, something was definitely off about the relationship. I'm just not 100% sure what it was that was off about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
What about,
don't know.
I don't think your girl Mia's coming back.
First of all, none of them cared. Okay. Mia left and they were just like, what's happening? There's a big empty space there, but we're
I
just
was
gonna
so
ignore it.
disappointed. I feel like Mia literally is so disappointing because she messed up. She couldn't own it. Yes,
Mhm.
did Giselle call her a bad mother? Honestly, she shouldn't have done that. But like, you walk back in, you know you're not a bad mom. You know what I mean? You walk in there with your head held high. Okay, so you fabricated your whole life, whatever. You sit back on that couch because all these women lie on on these shows,
I
okay?
mean, Giselle said that several times throughout the season that she was a bad mom. So I feel like this is a weird time to put your foot down and walk away.
Like, so you agree? You think it's weird that she would walk away?
Yeah, I think it's really
Like
weird that
I'm
she
like
left.
coward, coward. Like literally like walk. But that honestly, that would be me too. Because I'm a baby, I
But
can't
I
handle.
wasn't expecting that from Mia. I would think Stacey would leave, honestly,
Exactly. Yeah,
or
Stacey
Kiana.
stayed. Stacy stayed. She looked like a joke. But Mia, she likes to. acts super tough. She is all bark. No, wait.
All
Yeah,
bark and
she's
no
all
bite.
bark, no bite. She's
Yeah.
all bark and no bite. She acts like she's all big and bad, and I'm like, no, you're not. You are a hurt woman, and you put on for fame, and it's like Mia, like first season Mia was my favorite Mia.
Hmm.
But like even then I thought she was a little thirsty. But I felt like she had a good story. Good story. People can relate to her. People can bond with her. And then
Yeah, I thought
we're
Mia
good.
was gonna be more like relatable. Like I just thought she wasn't as like I didn't think of Mia as trashy. I think of Mia as more of like she's still in her partying phase from like maybe in college or right out of college when like you're living on your own, you don't have any like real responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And like you're just hanging out with your friends all the time pretty much. And like she just never got out of that. I thought
I
she was
think,
just kind of that person. I
yeah.
didn't think she was gonna be like, I don't know. I guess the pressure was on as the seasons go by.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I will say though, Wendy, this reunion on all part, like one, two, and three, man, she was
She was
her
killing it.
killing it with her words. She was so well spoken. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just pressed something. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, but Wendy
You
was
did
so well
great.
spoken. Yeah, she did amazing. Okay, and we gotta like talk about Karen.
Okay, so first of all, I meant to send this to you before
Hmm.
we filmed, but Karen's apology in court during her trial. Did you hear it?
No.
All right, well, I will try to insert that clip. I'll get our
Okay.
producer, aka me, to try to to try to insert that clip.
Okay.
Um,
Is there anything you'd like to say before the court imposes its sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we have to hear from you.
I prepared a statement, didn't want to forget anything. Your Honor, I want to apologize for taking this case to trial, but I also want to thank you for allowing me to have the trial. I think it was the mirror I needed to take a hard look at myself and the direction I was headed in. I think my prior cases, I showed up to court, followed the advice of my lawyers, got the case resolved, and went my way. I like to think I took the cases seriously, but this certainly has been such a much different experience for me. An experience that demanded that I take a look at myself, truthfully. I think for many years I was putting a Band-Aid on some personal history that was leaving me very unhappy. It is possible that just like taking daily medication for high blood pressure and cholesterol, I just thought medication for depression and anxiety was something that came with the territory of getting older and having more responsibilities and more to worry about. And certainly there was a sense of entitlement that I should be allowed to keep on consuming alcohol. I have been successful. It's been 15 years since my last DUI. Why should I give up the social indulgence? Well, this case is why. Drinking responsibly, especially while taking medications, mean not drinking at all. I failed at that miserably. I understand how lucky I am that I hit a tree. Thank God I did not hit a pedestrian. In recovery, I was told of a young man named Kevin who hit a tree when he was 17 years old. Kevin was in a coma for 30 days. Kevin is now permanently brain damaged and his life will never be the same. I asked God, why not me? The only answer I could come up with was that I was spared because I have a responsibility to use my unique optic lens and teach others and affect quite possibly millions of people with the message of not drinking and driving. I understand better the brutal clarity of the fact that when you're behind a car driving. You're not just driving for yourself. It's my responsibility to make sure my community members make it to their destination safely as well. I want to thank the officers who came to my assistance that night and apologize for my attitude back on March 19th. They were truly professional and gracious toward me at a time when I was not. The body cameras definitely prove that they were right and I was wrong. I should have handled the situation differently. Your Honor, I have a lot on my plate now, but I understand this is all for a very good reason. I will not let you down. I will not let my community down. I will follow through on everything I am currently doing to maintain my sobriety and everything you ordered me to do. And I can assure you that AA is going to remain a part of my life for the rest of my life. I will graduate out of programs, probation, and interlock terms will end. But I know that the relationships that I am creating with AA could and should and will last a lifetime. Those relationships are the greatest offer that I can offer you of my terms of sobriety and success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yeager. I appreciate your comment.
But basically, she just like recounted the last 8 years or so since her parents died. And it's pretty long, or I would just play it for you now. But she just recounted her time and talked about how she was on the antidepressants. And
This is in court.
this is in court during her
Okay.
trial. Like the judge was just like, do you have anything else that you want to say? Pretty much. And this is when she's just reading a letter. Her voice was like quivering because it's not a video, it's just audio. Her voice was kind of like quivering, so you can tell she's like emotional about it. I also would be emotional if I was about to go to prison. I'm not saying that she's not remorseful. I'm just saying that like in general, that's a scary thing because I don't really know if I believe that she's remorseful for the sake of being remorseful for the danger that she put on herself and others by getting in that accident, the multiple DUIs that she's gotten,
Mm-hmm.
or if she's just sad about going to prison. And it's really hard to tell, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously she didn't learn the first 3 times. So that's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if she is really remorseful. But anyway, she was just like apologizing. She's like, I'm sorry, like I have to do better, for my family and blah, 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 blah. But when Karen talks in her apology and in general, she talks a lot about being a leader in a public figure. And I personally have no idea what Karen does for a living besides she married a rich man. Like,
Yeah.
shade, like if you married a rich man and now you have money, like live your life, girl. But it's
Mm-hmm.
the way she amps herself up. Like she was like, I am a public figure and, I have a responsibility in the community. And I'm like, girl, what?
Okay, you want to be a first lady?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
just talk about yourself right now. Like, yourself is in danger. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
I know.
I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was weird, but I'll have to send it to you so you can.
Yeah. I didn't see that. But I saw the video that she sends to like at the reunion where she's like on her bed, all staged, and Ray is
Yeah.
pretending. We all know this has been rehearsed. Nothing. Karen no longer is like she is like DEAD to me because I can't stand someone who she had serious actions that led to serious consequences, and I don't think she's remorseful of what she did. I think she's remorseful that she has to go to jail, that she has to go to jail. She is a victim and acting like, oh my gosh, like, I know people look up to me and like, oh, my city, blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you messed up and now I just can't. That video was so bad. And in that video, again, she's not even saying like, I messed up completely. I wish I could,
Right.
take it back and how I would do things differently. Like Ashley said, all the girls on the couch. She made sure to cover her bases throughout the years of like Blue Eyes, the
Right.
driver. Oh, it happened because my parents passed away. Shame on her for being a professional victim, not taking any accountability. I'm glad the show is going to move on without her. I don't want her to come back. I don't think she deserves to come back. I feel
I
like
mean, she definitely is coming back. So
I don't she literally makes me want to like throw up. I'm so disgusted.
yeah.
Like Stacey ranks way higher than Karen. And you know I rode for Karen. Like I love Karen. Oh, loved. But I feel like no accountability at all to the public.
Hmm.
Like she deserves to give us that,
Yeah, because she
in
said
my
it in
opinion.
court, taking accountability, but like you said, she didn't say it at any other point in time where just like the general public, the fans who gave her a
Yeah,
platform to hear it. I
exactly.
asked our followers on Threads, do we think she deserved it? Her sentencing, 65% agreed she deserved it, 15% said she deserved less time, and 20% said she deserved more time. So it
I
looks
mean,
like it
I'm not God or I'm not a judge, but I think she deserved more time.
I don't know if she deserved more or less time, but she definitely deserved to go to prison
Yeah, I think she deserves to go to
at
prison,
her fourth
honestly.
time.
Um,
Um, okay, so also I saw that she was only in rehab for 48 hours, and the place that she went to um is called Right Turn, and it's a place with rooms meant to look like jail cells so she could experience what it's like. And it was something her therapist recommended. So, real quick though, I wanted to switch gears to Housewives of Beverly Hills. They put
hmm
out the seating chart,
hmm
which I will try to insert here. Again, try for you guys. But it looks like Dorit and Kyle have first chair, and Sutton has second chair next to Kyle.
hmm
Do you agree with that? Because I saw a lot of talk online that people think that Sutton should have first chair over Kyle. So it should be Sutton and Dorit. So what do you think?
well, unfortunately, I am extremely biased. Kyle deserves first chair every year for as long as she's on Housewives. I know that's like the stupidest thing I could ever say, but this is Kyle's show, in my opinion. And Kyle has been talked about this season. She did have drama with Dorit in the beginning. She had a little bit of drama with Sutton as well. And Kyle's marriage is still a topic of conversation throughout the season. Kyle deserves first chair, always.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Kyle's marriage is talked about more than Dorit's marriage. And I also,
And
and
that says a
like
lot
you
because
said,
Dorit talks a lot.
girl. And I feel like the Dorit Sutton thing is, and that's every season. So,
I don't I like the seating chart, honestly. I do.
and Ben Stiller watches Housewives of Beverly Hills. So,
I know. I did see that, which I love when I see other celebrity, like A-list celebrities who are watching that, because I'm like, we're not the only crazy obsessed Bravo fans. Like celebrities, literally, like big time
literally,
celebrities.
Lady Gaga loves Salt Lake.
Rihanna,
Rihanna loves
Jennifer Lawrence.
all of them. Like, listen, this is a worldwide phenomenon. It's taking over. So,
Yeah, I know. But that wraps up the Potomac season, honestly, and now Atlanta. I'm excited for that. I'm kind of nervous because, yeah, anyway, I'm not nervous, but I'm like anxious just to see.
yeah, like, is it going to be good? I feel like because they brought back some of the old cast and then they're bringing in like new people as well. And then we have Shamia, who's actually, I saw
Mhm,
somebody drew out a chart. If I find it again, I'll try to insert it here. But
mhm.
anyway, um, where she's actually the glue of the group. She's connected to like
A lot of
five or
them.
six of them.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
So
that.
I think,
That's
yeah.
cool. But I'm excited. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts and let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Don't forget to like, save, share, subscribe, and thanks for tuning in.
Yes, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You guys are really pumping up the conversation on Threads. I love that. And leave your comments and thoughts below so we can talk
Yes.
about them next time. Love you guys.
Bye.